Hey parents, we're super excited that you're watching this video. My name is Josh Celestin and I'm the kids pastor here, and I'm here with
Caroline Hawks, our
Caroline
preschool
Hawks.
director.
That's right, preschool director, and also works with our babies and toddlers. And that's what we're talking about today, our babies and toddlers. But before we do that, Caroline, how did you find yourself here?
Yeah, I have always loved working with young kids. I love working with kids, but as the oldest of four, I think from about 15 when I started babysitting and nannying, I just felt this natural inclination to want to work in industries that had kids. I just loved it. And so I have always done that from some capacity. At one point, I was doing behavioral therapy with kids, and I have four kids now. And at the time when we moved back from North Carolina to here, we're from here, we had two kids, and I just felt like God was calling me to be in a different position than I had before. And this door opened, and it's been a huge blessing for our family to be here.
I love that. I love that. So, what does it look like when a parent comes and they're dropping off their baby or their toddlers? And there's two different suites. There's a purple suite and a teal suite. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so first, I feel like from a parent perspective, it looks like a little bit of anxiousness. I feel super blessed to be entrusted from a lot of families to care for their young kids, because for so many, these are the first opportunities that they are dropping their kids off. And so our purple and our teal suite, I think sometimes it's like, where am I going? Purple is really our babies. We have all of our kids that are in our purple and teal suite are based on developmental stages. So purple has both our infants, and then we have a classroom for crawlers. And then once they graduate from crawling to walking, we move them into our teal suite. And then once they're confidently walking, we've got two classrooms over there that we kind of place them based on their age and stage. But a lot of times what drop-off looks like is some tears. Sometimes after, and that's the value of coming regularly, because we've got a lot of leaders that are there every week and they recognize people and they start to build that relationship. Then it's a lot of excitement because we love hanging out with them during the service hour.
I love that. I love that. Now, parents go off the service, get to enjoy service, or maybe they're in a group and they're doing that. What's happening with the kids during that time?
Well, because these kids are here at the first years of their life, our top priority is to make sure they know that they are safe and loved while they're here at church, and to let parents know their kids are cared for. You get to go enjoy service, you get to go be a part of life group, and you know that your kids are in good hands. And so during that service hour, we're going to make sure we're meeting all their basic needs. So depending on their age and what they need, we might be feeding bottles, changing diapers, doing some movement play, helping them just explore the space around them, but really just reiterating you have these people who care for you and love you that are here wanting to make sure every time you come, after it takes a few times sometimes, that when you show up here, this is a safe space. This is an environment that you can recognize and know hey, I like being here. These are people who love me.
That's so good. That's so good. And there's actually three things that we want them to know or to start knowing as they go into preschool. What are those things?
We have a curriculum that we use all through preschool, and part of that is teaching kids that God loves them, God made them, and Jesus wants to be their friend forever. And so even at the early ages of an infant and a crawler, we have our leaders in the classroom saying that over them. They'll be playing with them, and they're looking in the mirror, and they're like, yeah, that's Logan, look at you, Logan. God loves you, Logan. And so we get to just really start with those foundational truths that, they might not be saying back to us yet, but they hear it enough that as they get older, they're like, yeah, that's a truth that I've heard and I know and store in my heart because I've heard it for years.
That's good. That's so good. So how would you encourage a parent? Because, newborns or toddlers at that age, it's man, should I drop them off? Should I not drop them off? What would be your encouragement to have them kind of drop them off as they're kind of doing service or doing their group and all of those things?
I would encourage parents to do it. Just do it. I think that's really the biggest bottom line is you aren't going to ever get there until you get there. So it's okay, and just know we have so many volunteers that are so willing to help work through the hard stages of, okay, I'm walking in for the first time, I've never been away from my baby, I'm going to be locking eyes, they're going to be like, why am I leaving? But you can come back in 10 minutes. We'll call you. We have your phone number. We will build that relationship, and as I've been here for a few years now, and it's like incredible to see the growth that so many kids that come consistently have made, because they get to know their small group leaders, they see who's there, and they get to just be like, okay, it was hard for the first couple times, but I learned that this person's here to smile at me every time I come to the door, and I learn them as a safe person. So
I love that. I love that. Just do it. Just do it. Listen, y'all do a great job down there of creating a safe environment for them to be able to do all of that. So parents, we are super excited to see your baby or toddler on a Sunday.